everyone. My name is Rahul Baranwal. Today we will discuss about the layer 3 classification and marking. So as we know that in layer 3 either we will use IPv4 or IPv6, right? So in IPv4 header there is one field TOS, that is called type of service, is reserved for quality of service, right? And type of service is of 8 bits. So if we talk about the legacy technologies of layer 3, earlier we were using the IP precedence in classification and marking. So out of 8 bits, in that we were using only 3 bits, right? Three most significant bits. Three most significant bits means three leftmost bits we were using for IP precedence, and remaining 5 bits were unused, right? So if we convert 3 bits into decimal, so it will look like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and in binary 0 as 000 and 7 as 111, right? So actually there was name allocated to each decimal number, such as 0 for routine, priority for 1, immediate for 2, flash for 3, flash override for 4, critical for 5, internet for 6, and network for 7. So 0 is reserved for best effort, 5 is reserved for voice traffic, 6 is reserved for routing protocol, and 7 was reserved for L2 protocol. And in IP precedence, higher value will be always preferred. And the L2 protocol is allocated to 7 number. Why? Because as we discussed in layer 2 classification and marking, that if L2 protocol doesn't run, then how can we expect that voice traffic or any other traffic will be flow over there, right? Or routing protocol will be flow over there. So here we need to learn that why classification and marking is required both for layer 2 and layer 3, right? Suppose we have applied the classification and marking on layer 2, right? But when router will receive that header, then first it will remove, right, layer 2 header, then it will process the packet. That's why we need layer 3 classification and marking as well, right? But nowadays actually IP precedence we are not using because 5 bits were unused. So we are using the DSCP, right? That full form is distributed service code point. In production network nowadays we are using for classification and marking. So actually there are three models in quality of service. First one is best effort. That means where we have not configured costs. As we know that the default mechanism of the quality of service is first in, first out. That means whatever the traffic will be come first, that will go out first, right? And second model is integrated services that we use in RSBP. That is the part of service provider that we will discuss later. And third one is differentiated services that we call as diff server, right? And we can also call as per hop behavior. So actually we apply this classification and marking on each router between source and destinations. So we will use classification and marking, congestion management, traffic shaping and policing, and congestion avoidance in DeepServe. So right now we are discussing about the classification and marking, and these three topics will be covered later, right? So as we discussed in IP header, there is one field type of service of 8 bits. So out of 8 bits, a DHCP will use 6 bits, and the remaining 2 bits will be used for ECN, that is called explicit congestion notification. So ECN will be used in congestion avoidance, that will be discussed later, right? So as we discussed that in legacy technologies, 3 bits were being used for IP precedence, right? So to make compatibility with IP precedence, DSCP divided into two part, right? 3 bits and 3 bits. So first 3 bits will be known as class selector, and last 3 bits will be known as drop probability. So class selector and IP precedence both are same. If someone says that if IP precedence value is 5, then what will be the value of class selector? Then that will be 5. That means both are same. But here drop probability is the new thing. And with the help of drop probability, we can take decision which one should be dropped, right? This is the main advantage of drop probability. So here in drop probability, there is least significant bits, that is the rightmost will be always 0, and that is pre-decided, right? So we have only 2 bits, right? Out of 3 bits, one least significant bit will be always 0. So remaining 2 bits, if we convert into the binary, say, then it will look like 0001 10 and 11, right? If we convert these 0 value into decimal, then it will look like 0 and 11 as a 3, right? So 0 is reserved for best effort and 1 is reserved for low drop. Well, actually not low drop. Actually only 0 is reserved for best effort and 1 to 3 is free. So we can assign this marking to any traffic, right? So as we said that in class, in IP precedence or in class selector, higher value will be always preferred, but in drop probability, lower value will be preferred, right? Suppose any router receives any packet with marking 1, drop probability marking 1, right? And receives any other packet with drop probability marking 2, and receives third packet with marking 3. Then which one will be first drop? Then third will be first drop, right? That's why lower will be preferred. Okay. So in class selector, 0 is reserved for best effort, 5 is reserved for wise, 6 is reserved for routing protocol, and 7 is reserved for L2 protocol. Similarly, in drop probability, 0 is reserved for best effort, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 is free in class selector, and 1, 2, 3 is free in drop probability, right? So if we combine class selector and drop probability, then it will be formed assured forwarding, right? Like as here we can see, class selector is written in this way and drop probability on the right side, right? So if we will combine 1 1, then it will form AF11, AF12, AF13. Similarly, AF41, AF42, AF43, right? So all these are marking, and the best marking in the quality of service is express forwarding or expedited forwarding, right? That is known as EF. So all these marking actually we have to purchase from the ISP. Without purchase, we can't apply it. By the way, if you will apply this marking on your traffic, then ISP will reject that. It will not consider. It will consider all the traffic as the best effort, right? So, but we need to know that these marking are very expensive. It's not easy to buy. Only big companies buys these marking. Okay. So this is the topic of the L3 and classification and marking. So here, if you have learned something new, so please answer me in the comments. First question will be, if IP precedence value is 3, then what will be the toss? Second question, if toss value is 135, then what will be the IP precedence value? And third question will be, if IP precedence is 5, then what will be the class selector? So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have learned something new. Meanwhile, till that next video, I am signing off. Take care.